To build anything that truly lasts, it takes time.
Viewers, we are going to in fact begin this bulletin with some big breaking news that we are getting for you at this point in time, and this is from Karnataka. And Congress government, viewers, has introduced cooked meals for stray dogs in Bengaluru. In a first of its kind initiative in India, the Congress-led BBMP, the Congress-led government and the BBMP that comes under it in Karnataka has launched a plan to provide cooked meals for stray dogs across the city. The move aims to improve the welfare of thousands of street dogs and promote humane treatment. BBMP has floated a tender as well, tender worth about 2.80 crore rupees to implement this particular scheme, under which 600 to 700 stray dogs in each of the 8 BBMP zones are going to receive daily meals. The menu reportedly includes meat, chicken, egg and rice. Let me straight away go across to my colleague Pratibha as well as Imran joining us live right now for more on this. Pratibha, to you first, take us through the details. I believe the tender has now been issued by BBMP.
Absolutely, and Hina, this is accessed by our colleagues in Karnataka, and at a time when there are MLAs who have come out in the open and said we don't have funds for development. They've been complaining about the same. The Chief Minister's economic advisor has said that people should choose between the Annabhagya scheme, the rice scheme, or development in their constituencies. At a time like that, this is the proposal that has come in for BBMP for the dogs in the state. Now, here is a copy of the document, and it says the Joint Director, Animal Husbandry, BBMP, invites proposals under Karnataka Public Procurement Portal for providing feeding service to community dogs in all 8 zones of BBMP on outsourced basis for a maximum of 4,000 community dogs a day for a period of 1 year, extendable by another 1 year if the service provided is satisfactory, and the decision shall be taken by the Chief Commissioner. Now, look at the amount that will be granted as well. In all 8 zones, each of it at 36 lakh rupees per year, which will finally amount to 2 crore 88 lakh rupees. That is the amount that the Karnataka government is going to spend for the dogs in Bengaluru at a time when the MLAs have come out to say that we are not being given funds for development.
Right. So clearly questions are being asked. Is it a case of misplaced priorities as far as the Karnataka government is concerned? Pratibha, thank you very much for your inputs. Imran, I'll come to you in just a bit. In fact, viewers, it's a show for you. It's a call-in show. We have the numbers flashing at the bottom of your screen. You also call us and share with us your thoughts on this decision that has been taken by the BBMP in the state of Karnataka. We have our first viewer, in fact, joining us on the broadcast. We have Bharat Subramaniam from Bengaluru. Good afternoon. Thank you for speaking with us. You're on Times Now. Your thoughts?
Good afternoon, madam. See, this is very ridiculous. Definitely, people know that this is not to feed street dogs, but it is to feed Congress dogs, which are hungry for money. In fact, if you have earlier to make the guarantee schemes, they have allotted 60 crores to pay karyakartas to make sure that the money is being received to all the beneficiaries. So all these are just a ploy to feed their karyakartas.
All right.
In fact,
so you're calling it a ridiculous move. Thank you very much, Mr. Subramaniam. Appreciate you joining us here on Times Now and sharing with us your perspective. We have Sankar Chatterjee, another caller joining us on the broadcast. Good afternoon. What is it that you would like to say about this particular policy?
Good afternoon and happy Guru Purnima. I personally feel I am very senior citizen and traveled widely India abroad. I personally feel that it is a good initiative. But dogs should be housed in a one place. It should not be scattered dogs. In that case, how many people will provide or not? Corruption chances are there. Otherwise, it is a good scheme, good measure. I suggest all dogs should be in one place, which I have seen in abroad also.
All right. Mr. Chatterjee, appreciate you joining us here on Times Now and sharing with us your perspective on this. So there are some viewers who feel that it is a good initiative. I'm also now joined by Mohandas Pai. Sir, good afternoon. Thank you very much for speaking with us here on Times Now. Your first reaction to this decision that has been taken by the Karnataka government. BBMP has floated a tender. Chicken, egg rice, etc. will be served to the stray dogs in Bengaluru.
Look, I'm very skeptical of the Bengaluru City Corporation doing anything like this. Sometime back, they ran something called the Indira Canteen. I'm sure you all remember that, right? They spent a lot of money setting up kitchens. I don't know how it is working. In many places, in disuse, money has not been paid to vendors, and it's just become another source of corruption. All right? Now, I don't know how this will work. The best thing the corporation can do is to call NGOs who are in this area, who work in this particular area of pets, and ask them what needs to be done. What needs to be done is very important, and ask them to help them in making sure that whatever they want to do is done well, whether in having food for dogs or whatever they want to do. Bangalore City has got a lot of dogs all over the place. Many of them are friendly. Some of them are scary. And I think we got to handle this carefully through NGOs who are specialized in this particular area and work with them. A government scheme like this, where they'll give it a contractor to do it, I'm very, very skeptical that it'll become a source of corruption and it'll wind up and all that.
Okay,
But
so you're concerned about the implementation here. I also want your response on the rationale behind, coming out with a scheme like this. According to BBMP, this is a push for animal welfare. The idea is to really address the poor health and also, this issue of stray dogs, the menace that at times they create, the growing number of street dogs in the city is something that they plan to address via this.
No, I think addressing something that they have to do, and there are many things to do. One is to make sure that most of the dogs are sterilized, to make sure that we don't get new dogs in the street. And two, to make sure that they're properly medical cares are taken out so they don't contact any disease like rabies, which is supposed to be hurting a lot of people and others. And, this sudden concern for dogs to feed them is something new. Dogs have been feeding off all the trash and the waste food thrown in the streets and other places for very long. They congregate near the butcheries and the abattoirs, for some scrap meat, etc.
Right.
And I think many households feed them. When they come on the street, many households, many people give them food. Now, this is something new. But see, I'm concerned about implementation, about whatever the city corporation does.
Okay. All right. Mr. Mohandas Pai, Chairman, Aryan Capital, there speaking with us. Sir, thank you very much for speaking with us here on Times Now and sharing with us your perspective. Let me now go across to my colleague Imran as well, who's joining us live from Bengaluru. Imran, you heard the views of the people, but I want you to tell our viewers now, what is the idea behind it? Because people are also concerned. While it's very good if they are thinking of the welfare of dogs in Bengaluru, specifically it's being called as some kind of a midday meal for dogs. But the question is, the government has been saying that there is a fund crunch. They are not able to even fulfill the guarantees promised to the people of Karnataka. So where will the money for something like this really come from? Is this not a case of misplaced priorities? Is the question many are asking.
Well, this issue is definitely going to divide between people who are animal lovers and who are not, and who are somewhere the neutral, questioning the priorities of the government. While one instance it looks good for the stray dogs are fed and they have been treated well, and in fact what BBMP's plan is to give meat, chicken mixed rice to the stray dogs at a budget of 2.86 crore rupees. But others are questioning whether when the government is saying they do not have money, they're not given amount to the contractors of the BBMP for already pending works. Feeding stray dogs, spending money on that at the moment, is it insensitive? Is not insensitive is what some people are questioning. So like I said, it's a very divisive issue. Some who would, like animal lovers, would definitely come out and support and laud the government over it. But others are largely questioning the government about whether is it a case of misplaced priorities. Now, the BBMP is saying that the stray dogs issue is becoming big, and many of the stray dogs are going hungry, and this project has been floated. The question is that whether they will be fed or it will just be on paper. That's also an issue, because many of the schemes you've seen that half of the money is eaten up by contract, goes for corruption and other issues, and either on paper only looks like a beautiful scheme, but on the ground it just remains, a scheme yet to be implemented.
Imran, stay on with us, interrupting you. There apologies for that. I'll come back to you again. We are joined by Ashok Gowda of the BJP. Good afternoon. Thank you for speaking with us here on Times Now. Your reaction on this tender that has been floated by BBMP to feed daily meat-based meals to stray dogs?
See, stray dogs has been taken care by a lot of people, but people have to be taken care by government. And stray dogs do not question anybody that whether the food has been put or not, but human beings question. And BBMP and the Congress government have found a new way to do a scam. And because they're saying that it's a 3 crore, and the entire 3 crore can be siphoned off. Instead of at least 10%, 5% getting siphoned off, you have 60% getting siphoned off. 100% can be siphoned off. And that is why we have been calling that Congress government is 100% corruption, not even anything else. And this is a new scheme. It's not just one scheme. There are multiple schemes. Yesterday we were speaking about the tendering of the eggs. In that, they have eaten the money. For example, in the egg, if they are providing an egg, 6 rupees 50 paisa, and instead of eggs, they are providing bananas, that is 1 rupee 50 paisa maximum. And these kind of scams are getting increased. Karnataka Congress ministers are finding new ways to do a scam and to make money.
All right.
This dog meat is just one idea which one of these Congress people have got. There are multiple ideas they have, and if you go and speak to them, it will be a scam MBA book.
All right. Mr. Ashok Gowda, appreciate you joining us here on Times Now and sharing with us your perspective. And we have some more viewers as well joining us on the broadcast. We have Murli joining us from Bengaluru this afternoon. Good afternoon, Mr. Murli. Appreciate you calling us here on Times Now. What is it that you would like to say about this policy?
See, I've been watching this program and the news going on, which is currently going on. It is well said by Mr. Mohandas that this is nothing but a scam. I also heard the other people also talking about it. Now, what they could have done is that, see, in my street, there are about 5-6 stray dogs. I feed them regularly. Instead of the government saying that they will feed them, they could have hired an NGO and tell those NGOs to go street by street and ask the people to feed the dogs. Okay, but this is a scam where they just want to make money. That's it.
All right.
As somebody said that the dogs, they cannot talk. Whether they're going to really feed them or not, we don't know.
All right. Mr. Murli, appreciate you calling us here on Times Now and sharing with us your perspective. We have another viewer joining us live right now, Vikas Saxena. Good afternoon. Thank you for calling us here on Times Now. What is it that you would like to say?
Right. Good afternoon, madam. All that I would really like to say, the first point is that I really endorse what Mr. Mohandas Pai and Murli have talked about. Point number 2, Karnataka government has lost its compass, or it has lost its values. Ask me why. I mean, don't they know what should be done with stray dogs? They could have got them sterilized. They are only going to be perpetuating the menace. That's it. Number 1. Number 2, they are only going to be creating havoc. You have seen how stray dogs have been behaving with people. Some of them have bitten children to death. And I think the government is absolutely insensitive and very indifferent. The next point which I would really like to say is, BBMP has got all the money to be fed, to be given to stray dogs, right? It's got no money for development of roads or for development of anything that concerns Bangalore. I absolutely feel this is one major step in the direction of a scam, and I won't be surprised that there will have to be an inquiry into this, provided it is held by a government other than the present one.
All right, Mr. Vikas Saxena, appreciate you calling us here on Times Now and sharing with us your perspective. We have another viewer joining us on the broadcast. We have KC Rao with us. Good afternoon, Mr. Rao. Appreciate you calling us here on Times Now. Where are you from and what is it that you would like to say?
I'm calling from Bangalore. My view is that this is not a bad idea because stray dogs also require attention. But the question is whether it is going to be implemented properly. Because anything BBMP implements, it is always erratic and only corruption. You know, the sanctioned money, how much will actually goes to the stray dogs and how much actually goes to BBMP corrupt officials is the question. You put my name is KC Rao. It is my wife's name. My name is PC Rao. P for Pune.
Okay. All right, Mr. Rao, appreciate you calling us here on Times Now and sharing with us your perspective. And we have Ashok, another viewer, joining us from Mumbai. Good afternoon. Thank you for calling us here on Times Now. What is it that you would like to say?
Hello.
Yes, Mr. Ashok, go ahead.
Are you putting me on the air?
Yes, sir. You are live on Times Now. Go ahead.
Okay. Ma'am?
Go ahead, sir.
Yes. I'm not an Indian, but I was just watching your show.
Sir, could you just put your television set on mute?
Yeah, just to give you a brief summary, I was born before independence. And okay.
Okay, I think there's some problem with the connection out there. We'll try and reconnect and get his reaction on this particular story. But you heard what most of the people had to say. Of course, many are saying that it's not a bad idea, but people are skeptical about the implementation of a scheme like this. For more on this, let me go back to my colleague Imran, who continues to be live with us on this particular story. Imran, like you heard several viewers as well and experts like Mr. Mohan Das Pai, we also spoke to Ashok Gaur of the BJP, and most of them are of the view that, looking at the track record, the history of BBMP, there are concerns around implementation. Some even said that this is just a new way for another scam.
Well, absolutely. That's the fear and and also the grouse that looking at the past schemes. They look good on paper, but implementation is an issue, and it turns out that it's another money-making scheme for some of the BBMP people there involved in it. Now, the BBMP has put out a clear document on it with a tender document, what they've called for, how much target stray dogs they want to feed and achieve and all that, but and they've got a lot of support from the animal lovers, but there are also people who will question this, saying that this, by feeding them, they will make them dependent on the food, and that will lead to them attacking other, if the food is not provided, they will lead to attacking the locals.
Apologies, Imran, I'm interrupting you again. We have one more caller joining us on the broadcast, Shankar from Bengaluru. Good afternoon, Mr. Shankar, go ahead.
Yeah, see, we have seen these all the politicians, chief ministers, deputy chief minister Rahul Gandhi raising their hand, but that is the indication that they are raising the prices, they are raising the milk value, they are increasing this dog food. So we are in a very horrible state, and unfortunately we don't have a proper opposition leader. One should question the ruling government. We are unfortunately not having a proper opposition leader.
Right.
They are more concerned about whether PM is Siddaramaiah, DK, it doesn't matter. But they are not concerned about that. They always raise this matter.
Mr. Shankar, appreciate you calling us here on Times Now and sharing with us your perspective. Thank you, Imran, for your inputs as well. Heading into a very, very short break right now. We'll be back with lots more. Don't go anywhere.